So welcome back guys to another video, and I thought for this video I would talk about my top 5 favorite games of 2015, because 2015 is right behind us, onwards to 2016, and I thought 2015 had a lot of great games that came out, and I decided to do something a little more traditional on the channel. I know a lot of channels do this sort of thing, and I'm not a big countdown kind of person, so I will say even though these are top 5s, they're all number 1s in my heart. They're their own individual snowflakes. Anyway, let's start with number 5, and that is Dragon Ball Xenoverse. Man, I have to tell you guys, I've played so many Dragon Ball Z games in the past. I played some really good ones, and I played some that weren't so good. But this one right here hit the nail on the tee for longtime DBZ fans. I love the fact that it had that online hub. I love the fact that you can customize your own characters. You had your own little storyline that intertwined with the Dragon Ball Z universe. You also had different fighters that could train you to learn different moves. The customization in this game was absolutely awesome. It had its own little RPG elements to it as well. And not to mention, the fighting system was actually a lot of fun. I really enjoyed this. There were some things that they could improve with it, but honestly, I could see that with a sequel, because this was actually a really popular Dragon Ball Z game as well. And with Dragon Ball Super out and getting some great ratings, and a lot of people's been enjoying it, I've been really enjoying the new series. Maybe we'll see a Dragon Ball Super Xenoverse or something like that. I'm really looking forward to it. Next game I want to talk about is number 4, and that is Yoshi's Woolly World. Now, I did a review of Yoshi's Woolly World, and honestly, this game was surprisingly good. It was so much fun. It was a classic platformer. I just loved it so much. I loved the graphics to it. The difficulty was there, but it wasn't so hard that it wasn't like, you know, Donkey Kong Country Tropical Freeze hard, but it still had some challenge to it, and it had some replay value to it as well, where you could collect different Yoshis, and then it incorporated the amiibos to it. I actually beat this game on stream. I did a live stream of it. I did it for like a week straight, and I played the game from the start to finish, and man, I'm telling you, everyone that watched that stream went out and either they bought a Wii U and this game, or they went out and bought this game, because if you're a huge fan of the original Yoshi's Island on the Super Nintendo, this is definitely going to pull those nostalgic goggles and make you really, really happy. It was a lot of fun. Anyway, the next game I want to talk about is number 3, and that is Super Mario Maker. Who would have thought that something so simplistic of making your own levels, something that, you know, is not breaking new ground. We've seen it with, you know, the game on the PS3, you know, Lost Little Big Planet. I couldn't say it for a second there, but yeah, Little Big Planet. I mean, we've seen it with that, but it was so nice seeing people create their own Mario levels. And honestly, what really made me love this game was playing levels made by my friends, seeing my friends' vision of what a Mario level should be. And of course, I did some live streaming of that as well. I've also had some Let's Plays of it, and you know, some of my favorite levels were, you know, from Power Level Amy. I played some of her levels. They were really hard. Grimlock Hero, he did one on Animal Crossing. That was awesome. Carcamo Gaming, he made a really fun platformer. I really enjoyed playing this game, and I'm looking forward to like more patches or updates that they put with this, or maybe another installment. Like, honestly, if they put out a Super Mario Maker 2 and added more incorporations to it, I would buy it day one. This was a fantastic title and a must play for the Wii U. Now, number 2 and number 1 was really, really hard, but number 2 I'm going to say is going to be Xenoblade Chronicles X. You know, some people may say it's not fair for me to put this in the countdown because I'm still playing this game, and to be quite honest, I mean, it is kind of premature to put this as my top game of 2015, but I've been enjoying it so much because honestly, I'll tell you guys, I have gaming ADD. It takes me a lot to finish a game sometimes. I'll be playing it, I'll enjoy it, and then I'll go and start playing something else, and I'll forget about it, and then months later I'll finally pick it back up. But this game has had me glued to my Wii U for 2 weeks straight, and almost like 7 hours a day playing this game. Man, it is so much fun. I've played probably about 40 hours into it now, and it's still haven't scratched the surface to it. I still haven't gotten anywhere close to the end of the game. I actually had to buy a strategy guide to this game, and it wasn't because of the art, because the art's freaking fantastic, but I felt like I was always missing out on something. So I had to get the strategy guide that's like that thick. It's really thick. I got it over there actually. And that's what I would say for you guys. If you guys are interested in playing this game, definitely buy the strategy guide with it, or find a really good website. Me personally, I kind of like the fact that it was like old school. I was sitting there with the game, had my snacks and my drinks, and then I had the strategy guide sitting right there, sitting there moving around. It was fantastic. I cannot stress how much this game is so much fun. I am looking forward to the conclusion of it. And my number one game of 2015 is Bloodborne. Man, you know, this game was a lot of fun, and the fact that I went into it completely blind because I had never played the Dark Souls series, but I've heard so many people talk about it, and I thought this was a good way for me to get introduced to it because this is a new series. I was a new player. I had so much fun playing this game. This game had the difficulty that I loved. The old NES games like Castlevania and Ninja Gaiden and Contra, you know, those games that were actually kind of hard, but they weren't impossible. This game is not impossible. I know a lot of people complain about it, but this is an old school game to the T, where you have to grind, you have to get experience, you have to get materials. If a boss kills you, it's your fault. You have to learn Titan signatures. You guys remember that? Remembering the patterns of the way enemies move? Man, this was a fantastic title, and I know they came out with some DLC for it. I haven't had a chance to play the DLC yet, but I'm really looking forward to this, and I will be getting Dark Souls 3. I need to play the other Dark Souls. I know I do, and honestly, playing this game made me want to go back and play the Dark Souls series, definitely. And man, when they come out with a sequel for this, oh my god, I am pre-ordering the special edition and everything. It's going to be so much fun. But guys, that is my top 5 games of 2015. Now, I did want to have some honorable mentions of some games I really enjoyed that didn't make the cut, but they were still very fun, and I highly recommend them. I would talk about games like Splatoon was a lot of fun, also Mortal Kombat X, Final Fantasy Type 0, Dragon Quest Heroes on the PlayStation 4, and I guess the last one would be Until Dawn. That was a lot of fun. Very short and sweet and to the point. Great slasher-based game. It was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. But yeah, guys, what were some of your top 5 games of 2015? Or maybe what was your number 1 game? What was that game that defines gaming of 2015? Leave a comment below. I love to hear from you guys. As always, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. See you guys next year, and happy gaming. Can't get enough of Access Gaming Podcast? Be sure to check out our audio podcast on Podomag.com. You can also subscribe to us on iTunes. And if you have a YouTube channel or podcast you'd like to share, be sure to check us out on Facebook on our group page and join the community. As always, guys, thank you so much for all the support, and happy gaming.